Chia from Brand24. Welcome back to the Social Recap, our weekly rundown of all the latest highlights in social media and digital marketing news. So last week we did a recap on Facebook and the Cambridge Analytica scandal. And this week we'll start with a quick follow-up and then move on to news in other areas of tech and social media. So ever since they were linked to the Cambridge Analytica scandal, rumors have been flying around about Facebook and user data security. Stories about the social network recording user calls and text messages from the Messenger app on Android phones without any user consent are still making their way around the web. It's getting kind of hard to tell what's real and what's fake news. So in case you're also a little confused, here's what's going on. It all started when a Facebook user decided to just download his Facebook archive, and he saw reports of his call history with his partner's mom. So he shared an image of the file on Twitter, and the internet basically just jumped on it, and stories started to spread about Facebook secretly collecting data on their users through the Messenger app. Well, as it turns out, the Facebook Messenger app will collect data about your text and phone calls, but only if you've given it permission to do so. So you may not remember, but the moment you first logged into Messenger from your phone, you were given the option to share your contacts, your calls, and texting data to help you find more of your friends on Facebook. So you could select Learn More, Not Now, and Turn Off. The good news is, even if you just absentmindedly clicked on Turn On, you can still change that today from your settings. So you're probably wondering, what exactly did you turn on? Basically, you gave Facebook permission to log your calls and text messages. The feature never recorded the content of those conversations, but it would have logged the date and time, the call duration, and whether a call was missed, declined, or received, and would only have been able to do this if you had given it permission to do that in the first place. So if you have the Facebook Messenger app installed on your phone and you prefer to keep all that data to yourself, just go to your settings and double check that you have not opted in to share that information. So, what's going on with Google these days? Well, the search engine has recently expanded into GIFs by acquiring Tenor, an online GIF database. Tenor was the first to launch a GIF keyboard on iOS about 3.5 years ago, if you happen to remember. So why Tenor? Why not Giphy, the more popular choice? Well, as we mentioned in episode 3 of the Social Recap, Giphy recently had a little trouble involving a racial slur with one of their GIFs, which resulted in a temporary suspension of their integrations with Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. So Tenor, meanwhile, has been quietly building its user base and incorporating successfully branded campaigns with very big companies like Dunkin' Donuts. So with millions of search queries for GIFs taking place in Google on a daily basis, it's about time the tech giant grows this aspect of its communications footprint. And speaking of expansions, Snapchat has introduced a new feature called Map Explore, which will notify users of activity on their Snap Map, as well as news and events from around the world. So Map Explore essentially lets users explore content on Snapchat based on location, so you can find out what's going on in different places and what your friends are up to. The Snap Map shows you location-based activities, like when your friends update their status to show that they're on a road trip, or they're flying somewhere, or visiting a major attraction. Each update is visible on the map for 24 hours. With Map Explore, all you have to do is tap on New Updates, and you'll automatically see updates of all your friends' location-based activities. And just in case you don't want anybody to see your own location-based activity, all you have to do is opt out of the feature or just view it in ghost mode. Snapchat's new Map Explore feature will be available in the next few weeks. So what's new at Twitter? Well, they've recently decided to ban cryptocurrency ads on their platform. So a lot of advertisements about cryptocurrency have been associated with spam, malware, and fraud. Twitter has already started removing accounts found impersonating very known figures such as Elon Musk and John McAfee in an effort to solicit cryptocurrency exchanges. The ban will help clean up all of these spammy advertisements on the platform. So essentially, since Reddit already banned crypto ads way back in 2016, Facebook also banned them in January of this year, while Google is set to start in June as part of a much bigger initiative to improve the quality of all of its advertisements, which we talked about in the last episode of the Social Recap. Essentially, it's kind of about time. But now here's a new update in social media that you can apply to yourself and your own social media account. So Instagram recently decided to make parts of your profile clickable. So now in addition to a hyperlink, you can also add clickable hashtags to your profile and even link to other Instagram accounts, making your hashtag campaign and branded Instagram accounts much easier to find and follow. And that's not the only change from Instagram. You'll soon be able to regram in Instagram stories, sort of. The feature is now open to just a small selection of users, but it's only a matter of time before it's available to everybody. Basically, Instagrammers will soon be able to embed any public Instagram post into an Instagram story. Then they can edit and modify the image just like they normally would and add any commentary they want to it. Plus, a See Post button will take you directly to the original post itself. So users will no longer have to resort to just taking a screenshot of a post and repositioning the image awkwardly inside a story or just sending it to a few people via direct message. All this, and they're also introducing a new Posts button. So previously, as you may already know, Instagram users haven't had too much control over how their feed refreshes. So you'd be browsing through your feed, have it refresh, and then all of a sudden be looking at the same new images again, which was just a little bit deterring. But soon, you won't have to worry about this interruption. You'll be able to decide when your feed refreshes just by clicking on the new Posts button. So there were a lot of changes on Instagram lately, and even more to come soon, but now it's tool time on the Social Recap. Now, a couple tools that have managed to catch our eye this week are AI-based technologies, PaveAI and Volume. PaveAI is a tool that will turn your Google Analytics data into insights. So you just connect your Google Analytics account and customize your goals, and PaveAI will use machine intelligence to analyze your data and give you insights into what's working and what needs improvement. Now, Volume is actually currently in development, and it's a tool for the visually driven. It will let you reconstruct a single 2D image or video in a 3D space. So you can upload your own image or video and use Volume to generate a 3D asset that you can then use in any 3D environment. And that's it for this week's Social Recap. Don't miss out on any highlights about the latest news and trends in social media and digital marketing. Just subscribe to the Social Recap and we'll get you all caught up in a matter of minutes. And if you're a fan of social media and online marketing tools watching this on Facebook, just comment below and our Facebook Messenger bot will send you the newest info about two of our favorite tools that we ourselves like to use down at the office. So now we're all caught up for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thanks for tuning into the Social Recap, and I'll see you next time. Bye.